Hello.
Oh, hello, Mr. Holmes. What can I do for you?
Good day, Barnes. I'm looking for a book that deals with English victories and the subsequent treaties, the Treaty of Alexandria in particular.
You'll have to excuse me, but I am already run off my feet this morning as I need to relabel some of the books. I'll leave you to look for yourself. There must be something in the history shelf near the back.
Thank you. Right, which back? Is this the back? Or is around here the back? Aha. Treating History. A History of Treaties by Trent T. Traiteur. Symbol of the English variety of this part of the African continent. The Treaty of Alexandria was signed in 1801 after the defeat of the French forces under General Menou and the subsequent surrender. According to Article 16 of the treaty, the English imposed delivery of antiquities held in the city of Alexandria. The majority of these pieces had been, perhaps inopportunely, moved from Cairo to Alexandria in order to keep them secure. Indeed, at the instigation of Napoleon, the Cairo Institute was created with a number of savants of renown. The most beautiful pieces of Egyptian antiques, which had been found during the French campaign, were at the centre of these studies. However, the advance of the English forces didn't leave the scholars much time to study the ancient Egyptian treasures, and it was decided that the most precious ones would be sent to Alexandria. So we're going to get the Rosetta Stone, I'm guessing. This selection proved quite beneficial to the Crown of England, who laid claim, as previously stated, to all of the antiquities present in Alexandria, but magnanimously left all of the remainders in Cairo to France. It should be noted that the Rosetta Stone, studied by the French scholar Champollion, who unlocked the key to understanding hieroglyphics, was part of the plunder and was sent to England on the HMS L'Egyptienne the next year. This stone can now be seen in the British Museum.
I'll take it.
Fine, Mr. Holmes. You'll settle up later? You see, it's quite a rare book. Quite dear, too.
I think he says that about everything, hoping to trick people. So I don't. Do I talk to Watson about it, or are we just? I'll try just going to the. No.
Let's head to Baker Street.
Oh. Hello.
Day, Mr. Holmes.
Good day, Ruffles.
I've got a message for you, I have. Direct from the yard. I'm supposed to bring you to Inspector Lestrade quick as can be. There's going to be a right important meeting, there is. The PM himself will be there.
For once, Lestrade is ahead of the game. Listen, Ruffles, in order to save some precious time, will you bring a message to the Inspector? Tell him to meet me here with as much of the force as he can muster, but he must be discreet. Do you understand?
Right, Mr. Holmes. I'll be off, I will.
Thank you.
Bring everyone,
Let's head to Baker Street.
But be discreet. We are in Baker Street, Holmes. Run. Spell the Watson. There is no Watson. Watson?
Up, Watson. It's time.
The wave. No! It will engulf me. The tentacles. Ah!
You did this, Pike. You did this.
Come, my friend.
Poor Watson.
That's all finished and behind us. Compose yourself. We have an appointment in half an hour with the Prime Minister.
I'm still dreaming. The Prime Minister.
We go, just going there
Where's
now.
our next destination, Watson? The British Museum. Come on now, make haste. We're ahead of the game at the moment, and we want to remain that way.
Here we are.
How do you do, Prime Minister? Lestrade.
Mr. Holmes.
Who would this be?
Despite the intelligence and the perspicacity far above the norm that all of England is bestowing you, I assure you that you are 1,000 leagues from imagining to what point I am, let's say, annoyed. Inspector Lestrade here will only give one answer to all of my questions. Ask Sherlock Holmes. So, Mr. Holmes, where are we?
A few days ago, July 14th to be exact, we received a letter from the ubiquitous Arsene Lupin. It is here for your perusal.
Is this in earnest?
The facts concur. We are in our third day, and he has honoured all of his engagements to date.
Even in recent history, this type of preposterousness would have led to war, do you know? Well, Mr. Holmes, all of this is too grievous to be left in the hands of an unofficial detective, no matter what his talents are. From here on, you will be working with Inspector Lestrade. You will be under his authority, and he will report to my cabinet. I am going to call a council of war, and I want you to know that no matter who you are, all contact with the press is categorically forbidden and will be punished in exemplary fashion. Gentlemen, these damn French, I should send in the fleet.
My dear Lestrade, time is pressing. I don't see anyone here about. Is the museum closed?
No, but as there is work underway, and most of the galleries are closed, there isn't a crowd.
That's fortunate. Lestrade, listen well. Clear the museum of all visitors and workmen, block the entrance, and post some men around the building. No one is allowed to enter the British Museum from this point on. As for us, Watson, let us assure ourselves that Lupin's next target is still within these walls.
Wait, I have a map of the British Museum that the guard gave me. It could be of some use.
Could be. I'm wondering who this Prime Minister is. He could be... My brain is saying Disraeli or Gladstone. I think they were around the latter end of Victoria's reign, though I might be incorrect.
And you have no idea what's going on?
No, not in the slightest, but I do know that it's rather pleasant watching all these pretty young men in uniform. Our Inspector, you are quite the joker, you are going to jail, and everybody... oh, hello, gentlemen. What can we do for you?
Also, I find it quite odd that an individual stealing certain objects would be a cause for war. Right. Especially against France. Like, at this period of history, the main worry for the British government would most likely have been Germany, which, even though it's only kind of been existent as an entire nation for about 15 years. I think it was certainly the 1880s. I think certainly the earlier part of that decade was the kind of creation of Germany. I think it's a matter of that they were a major worry, because they were kind of building themselves up as a military power because they were one of the most powerful nations, and they weren't really being treated like that because they were relatively new in comparison to England, France, even Austria-Hungary in some respects. So I think Germany would have been more a worry than France. So this blah blah blah, we should go to war, Council of War, setting up my cabinet of war, blah, 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 blah. Not even remotely accurate. Right, who are you?
Good day, my name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. Are you the museum's curator?
The guard.
Where's the stone?
Could you show me the Rosetta Stone as quickly as possible, please?
Of course. Follow me.
Wait, it's outside.
You follow me with muffled steps in the hall, up the stairs, into my small room. That's where you get out your... Here, gentlemen, we have arrived. The Rosetta Stone. Did you know that it was taken from the French?
Yes.
Only too well. There stands the honour of England that we must be prepared to defend, Watson. Let's find Lestrade. We'll need his men to help search the museum.
Anything interesting?
The famous Rosetta Stone. After Thomas Young's discovery, Champollion was able to fully decipher the great mystery of hieroglyphs. In fact, this text, a Ptolemaic decree from 196 BC, was inscribed in 3 languages: hieroglyphs, demotics, a popular script at the time, and finally Greek.
Ptolemaic. You don't pronounce the P. Right. I don't think this is how the British Museum was set out, but I could be incorrect. This is the second time we've seen the British Museum in the puzzle game that I've played. The other one being, of course, the opening to the Raven, where we saw some things going on in the British Museum.
So, Lestrade, how are things coming along?
We have finished, And if I know one thing, it's that Arsene Lupin is not hidden in this museum. We gave everything, even the smallest nook, the once-over, 3 times. The men have doubled the watch outside. This place is protected like a fortress.
Like a Tower of London, mayhap? Why is there a Babylonian lion in the Egyptian
Arsene
area?
Lupin isn't inside, and we have made sure that he can't enter. Remember, Lestrade, no one is to breach the walls of the museum. No one.
Tell me, Holmes, 2 hours have passed and we still haven't eaten. Can we...
Certainly, Watson. Find something to restore yourself. Nothing for me.
Ask one of the men outside if there's anything left over from the mess, Watson.
Come, Inspector. Let's go over the plan one more time.
Am I going to be acquiring lunch for Watson? I am. Outside, you see. This is going to be a distraction for Lupin to get in, isn't it?
Good day, gentlemen. Inspector Lestrade pointed me your way to see if there was anything left to eat.
I'm afraid not. There's a bread bag near the portal over there. There might be a bun or 2.
Does he mean the gate? Portal, of course, being a doorway or gateway. Oh, a little bag. Though it's in the rubbish, so.
Ah, it looks like the police's bread bag. It's a rubbish bag, not a bread bag.
Psst! Hey, Doctor! Psst!
But what are you doing there?
Word on the street is that something big is going down here. Is that true?
Yes. Well, no. Regardless, you must leave.
No chance. I want my scoop. You promised me. And the time has come to keep your word.
What do you want?
Sneak me in, and I'll take some pictures, on the sly, of course. And I'll have a screamer of a headline.
Out of the question. If one of the constables sees you in the museum, you'll be taken as their quarry. And I'll pay the price for having let you in.
Listen, Doctor, I've seen worse. Danger is part of my job. If I am caught, I won't mention your name. You owe me that much. The situation with the medal is almost sorted, and I'll be able to bring it to you tomorrow. You wouldn't rather have me turn up empty-handed and have to explain to the great detective how you've been sneaking around, would you?
I'm not even sure if I can. The museum is guarded like a fortress.
You'll manage, Doctor. The main thing is to find the key to open the confounded gate and get the guards out of the way for a few minutes. Good luck, Doctor. I'll be waiting.
I get the strangest feeling that he's an accomplice of Arsène Lupin, and that letting him in will only result in sorrow, as people will be able to just quickly break it, as he'll be able to let Arsène Lupin in, he'll take the Rosetta Stone, and it'll all be Watson's fault. Right, so we need to find this key, don't we? Thought maybe it was from behind here. Obviously not. But this is where we get to a map. Why is N reports? Permanent exhibition halls. The Egyptian and Babylonian halls. That makes sense. Permanent exhibition. Yes, I could have walked. I'm being lazy. Alright, anything interesting?
Superb, but I don't have time to visit the museum. No interest whatsoever.
Look like Richard the First there. Or at least a picture of him.
No interest whatsoever.
Oh, but this is the solar system. Admittedly, they've all lined it up. Ooh, question. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. I'm sure they've found Uranus by this point. I'll have just discovered it fairly recently. Of course, that's not going to be a modern one. That's not going to be a modern one, though, is it?
I don't have time to play tourist. I must take care of this accursed journalist.
Are we letting him in, or are we blaming other people?
How are you?
All's well. Just doing my duty.
Oh, maybe it's about asking for food. You're like, oh, there wasn't any bread in there. Do you have the key so I can get out?
How are you?
All's well. Just doing my duty.
I don't know. Hmm. Right.
How are you?
All's well. Just doing my duty.
Before moving away from the police officers, I should try to look for the key to the portal.
Right, before moving away from these guys.
How are you?
All's well. Just doing my duty.
Before moving away...
Right, does that mean that it's around these guys, or... Because he wasn't saying it for the other guy, for the other policeman over here. Was he?
How are you?
All's well. Just doing my duty.
Hmm. The reading room. Ooh, maybe talk to the guard. Maybe he can... Wiggle. Wiggle.
So, my friend, all seems well with you?
Goodness, yes. No more visitors, no more racket. At last I can take care of the filing that has been piling up.
The key.
Ah, all these treasures in the museum. A great responsibility to guarantee their security. By the way, are there several keys for the main entrance?
As I said to your colleague, Inspector Lemon or Lester, I can't recall, there is the one that I gave him, and there is the curator's.
Then where is the curator?
Where is the museum curator?
He is on holidays in Scotland for the duration of the renovations, and as he's the only one who can open the strange lock on his strongbox, the key is perfectly secure.
Okay, where's his office?
Is one of the keys for the portal in the curator's office, then?
Yes, near the entrance. The architect is there at present.
Thank you.
I must go now. Until later, perhaps.
Right, so we have... we now have the location. Is this the way out? It is. Or we now know the location of the key we're after. And I assume with the way he's talking about the lock, that's going to be a bit of a puzzle. Is this not the way through? Oh, oh, right. The director. Aha. Every Wednesday morning, meeting of the Commonwealth Archaeological Society. Take 2 magnesium pills from Dr. Bunny after each meal to open. 15.
The museum director's reminder. Apparently he suffers from memory loss. He even jots down some sort of hieroglyphs.
Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh dear. How do I even... What? I'm really confused. Because if I do that... yeah. Squiggle. Squiggle. 15. Oh my goodness. Oh, you click that back. Because I don't even know what these do. That's the frustrating thing, is now I like this I can kind of understand. I think. But then you've got red and blue and what's like you want to get back to 15. Because that's what it is. That's the goal, I think. So red you go. Blue, you go the other way. So, blue. Go. But then you just get stuck here, don't you? Huh. What happens if I do that? That doesn't change at all. Huh. I So if I do that to all of them, maybe, and then you do it again. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I have no idea how that works. I assume I can't ask anyone about it. But I think, actually, I will. That's probably a very good place to take a break, because I've got no idea what I'm doing. Well, next time we'll continue working on the strongbox, get the key, and let this journalist in, which will mean that Arsene Lupin probably has probably got a better chance of stealing the Rosetta Stone, because that's the kind of thing that a stupid Watson would do. And we seem to be playing as a stupid Watson at the moment. Alas. Alas. Stupid Watson. It's that business. He's never been the same since New Orleans, I fear. It's all Pike's fault. See you next time, everyone. Thanks for watching.